So the business principles and practices that you employ today did not always exist. I think it would be really helpful if you shared how your firm actually burnt down twice, right? The genesis of the title of the book, an actual fire and sort of a symbolic burning down of the firm. Could you talk about those two circumstances and how that adversity led to positive change in terms of how you ran and conducted your business, how you measured success, how your firm actually handled cases and clients subsequent to those adverse events?
At 4 a.m, I got a call that my office building burned down, or was burning down. And I drove there in the middle of the night, as I describe in the book. And I got there, and my secretary, Lori, was there, and crying, and we're hugging each other. We had recently bought this 6,400 square foot beautiful building. And it was sad, and I cried, and I couldn't believe it. My IT guy showed up on site. He went down the basement. He found the servers. He took the servers to another site. He powered it all up. And by 9 a.m., my lawyers were doing their depositions. They were in court. We didn't make a single phone call to ask for an adjournment. We figured out a way to run phone cords from the burned office building, from the plugs out to the parking lot. Somebody ran to Costco, got some tents. My secretaries and paralegals were working in the parking lot answering calls. And we just went into problem solving mode. I had a very small team, but my team came together. Had I been alone, I don't know what I would have done, Ari. It would have been a disaster, because my leadership team, one person went and found space, one person dealt with IT, one person dealt with something else, right? And we're all splitting it up. We're splitting up the responsibilities. People don't think about that, right? You have very good people at your business who can do very good things and help you, but we don't ask them to. We say, go work on cases. Go do this. But running a business is hard. You need multiple players, talented players. Everybody has different talents. And every time we do anything, Ari, it's like if you have a fire, if somebody dies, if somebody this or somebody that, you can't have one person with all the knowledge of anything. Anything. What if I die? What if he dies? What if that person dies? What if that person gets stuck in another country? You can't, I have a responsibility to 225 families right now. And so my role is easy, although I'm the face of the firm. My role is fairly straightforward as the visionary, but we make sure there's redundancy. That all came from the fire. Our belief is if you follow the tenets of the Fireproof model, that if no matter what happens, you are going to be able to keep running the same day that those bad things happen. And because I had structures and processes and teams in place when these things happened, we didn't miss a beat. Fire number 2 came in 2011, May, 4 years after the real fire. There's a large law firm in my town who spends a lot of money on TV, and they refer out cases. Probably around 1998, 99, 2000, I was introduced to this firm. And they said, we'll start sending you cases and you pay us a 40% referral fee. And I'm like, great. I would treat them almost better than my own client. I was so excited that this person trusted in me. And I remember getting referral checks, and I would drive them to the office. And I was so excited to give them money because this was the first firm that ever really believed in me. And I did such a good job that at the end of our relationship, I was sending him about $4 million a year in referral fees, which means I was making $6 million in referral fees. One day I got a call, just like a day like today, beautiful sunny day, it was May. And he called me and he says, I need to talk to you. I'm like, okay, I'm in my office. He says, I'm coming over. I knew right then and there that another fire was brewing, right there. Comes in, he sits on my couch and he says, we decided to go in another direction. We're not going to be sending you any more cases as of today. I'm like, well, I have 30 employees. I don't have any other cases but yours. Can you give me some time? He's like, nope. And he left. So I called John in my office, who was next door, but we were at the building that burned down. We were still in that building when he came. And I said, "You're not going to believe this, but 70% of our cases just went out the door." And he looked at the data and he came back an hour later, 2 hours later, and he said, "We send out $4 million a year in referral fees. If we take that money and put it on TV ourselves and advertise and market ourselves, we'll be able to not pay out 40% and pay for the ads ourselves, and in a couple of years it'll work." Within a month, I shot some really beautiful TV commercials, and I was on TV competing with that person who fired me. And it took some time, but eventually the phone started ringing. My ads started getting better. Now I believe I spend about half of what he spends, and I get 500-600 calls a week. Like when I got fired, I said, "What? I'm never working for anybody else again." When that guy took away all those cases, I said, "What? I'm never going to put all my eggs in one basket." And now I'm here today controlling my own destiny. I can spend what I want on TV and marketing to make the numbers go up. I can take some away, make it go down. I'm in charge of the creative. I can do whatever I want.